Hi, this is Barry Schwartz from the Search Engine Roundtable. This is the Search Buzz video recap. This is my weekly recap of the past week's news at seroundtable.com. Things that I find to be most important and most interesting from the search industry. This week I wanted to first announce early on is that I'm holding a conference in Israel. I hold it pretty much every year for the past 3 or 4 years. And this year I announced the 2011 conference is starting January 9th of 2011. If you are in Israel, or if you know anybody in that area, or if you're planning a trip there, or if you want an excuse to plan a trip there, it's Sunday, January 9th in Jerusalem. And you can find more information about this either on the blog on August 11th or by going to searchmarketingexpo.com/spincon. That's SPHINNCON. Again, that is a SpinCon event, which is basically a small XMX. If you're looking to sponsor or anything, we have great rates, and you can learn more information about that on August 11th at seroundtable.com. Hopefully we'll see you there. All right, let's get into the topics. One of the most interesting SEO-related topics I spotted this week was the fact that a lot of people are saying that Google's been having a hard time finding what the original source of the content is. In the old days, pre-Mayday or caffeine, people have been saying that Google's pretty good at saying, all right, the first person who published this original piece of content typically was the one that ranked number one for that content in Google. Now what people are saying is that since Mayday or caffeine, I suspect it's more Mayday related than caffeine related, maybe it's both, it's hard to say for sure, that since then, typically the site that's breaking the news or breaking the content or writing the original source of content is not the one that's ranking well or above the one that's scraping or stealing the content. We have threads about this both at Webmaster World and Digital Point forums. Obviously, the Webmaster World thread is a little bit more detailed in terms of people reporting these issues. But if you want more information, it's on August 11th at seroundtable.com. Again, I think it's specific to either Mayday, the ranking algorithm, or caffeine, the indexing algorithm, techniques, finding content on on websites that are stealing the content prior to maybe getting it from the original source. It's hard to say for sure, but it is pretty interesting. Again, if you have questions while I'm doing this, definitely ask in the chat room or on Twitter. I see there's a nice amount of people watching right now. The other SEO-related thing was Google's very, very big right now into focusing on video sitemaps. So if you are doing videos like we're doing now, try to build out a sitemap file that is specific to Google's Webmaster Tools sitemaps for videos. So just to show that they're actually been saying this for past months or so, Matt Cutts said it several times at the last XMX, I think it was XMX Advanced conference, that they're going to pay a lot of attention to this. So, and just one more thing is that they actually launched a new section in Google Webmaster Tools under Labs called Video Sitemaps. And let me see if I can bring it up for you guys now to see it. And I'll share a picture with the guys watching later on the archive version. Switch to my screen here. And there. And you click on Labs, and then you go to Video Sitemaps, and all it shows are the various sitemap files that you have, and no information found. Basically, it's a precursor to what errors you might see in your video sitemap files, and it should be pretty interesting to see how that's going forward. So, again, we have a post about this on August 9th at seroundtable.com. Video sitemaps is going to be key going forward with Google. So if you do any videos, you definitely want to take a look at implementing proper video sitemaps and moving forward with that. On the AdSense side, Google has updated or promised to update the various AdSense units. The three major ones include the leaderboard, which is the big long one. The medium and large rectangles are all going to have different, slightly different design changes, layout changes, and the font sizes on some units will be changing. Here's my screen so you can take a look at the screenshot of what Google has been doing here. I'll bump it up so you can see it. And there it is. So you can basically see the different things they have now. On the rectangle units, they have the URL right next to the title of the ad, and it looks like they're sticking 4 ads or so in the leaderboard, which is pretty ugly in my opinion, but I guess they can always change that over time. So that's the AdSense changes. I haven't noticed them live yet, but Google promised that they'll be live eventually. I found this SEO myth interesting. There's lots of myths out there about SEO, and I just don't know where they all come from, to be honest. And I found this one over at Webmaster World where somebody said, basically said, hey, my competitors has certain links, but now I have a link from that from the same source as my competitor. So let's say, I don't know, about.com is linking to my competitor abcrentals.com, but they also then eventually link to me. This person is saying that since about.com is linking to ABC Rentals, my competitor, that link to me that they placed there is not going to count for me. Meaning, once they link to somebody, counting my link is not going to count. And obviously, that is one big myth. I'm not sure exactly where that came from. There's two possible sources where it came from, but it's definitely not true. You can definitely have a link from one page linking to multiple pages, even if it's competitor, and still be counted. There's two possible sources where this came from. One is Martini Buster said one place might be that came from the concept of link clicks, and I'm not going to get into that now, but if you want to learn more information about that, you could learn about what link clicks is on August 12th at SEOroundtable.com, or possibly from the theory that the first link on a page counts, but that only applies to the first anchor text linking to the single source. So if it's a single URL that has, you have 5 links to the same URL, different anchor text will only count the same anchor text. So maybe that's where it comes from. I'm not exactly sure. Again, it's a weird myth. I've never heard that one before, and hopefully that would be debunked by somebody at Google, but obviously most SEOs know there's no truth to that. This was funny. Google Maps, somebody that broke the story at the Daily Mail that basically there was a girl who looked to be dead on Google Maps. Let me bring up my screen so you can see it. So let me zoom in a little bit. You see that girl over here? That girl over here is basically playing dead. Daily Mail uncovered that this girl is actually just playing to be dead. It wasn't real, and she's a real girl, a 10-year-old girl from the UK. Her name is Azura, and it turns out to be really not much. It turns out to be something that is just nothing really happening, and this girl's now famous. So I called this girl basically the Google Maps dead girl, and she's now a living star. So you definitely want to take a look at that. The next thing is, this is pretty funny as well. I thought I'll share this with you. It's a Google Map. It's a Google Help Guide. His name is Matt. It's not Matt Cutts. His name is Matt, and he did this rap to basically promote or to explain how the Google Help Center works. His name is Matt. Again, it's not Matt Cutts, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this for those watching live now.
Hi, I'm Matt from support. So glad you could enter my favorite spot on the web. It's the Google Help Center. I'll start this off now and put my hand in the air and point to a tool called the search box there, where you can search for articles to read, to learn about the product and get answers that you need. Please over to your right now, adjust your view to see some recommended articles just for you, which may be customized or based on common questions. And below them you'll see a help resources section. Now if you move your vision slightly over to my right, you'll see a list of links with the topics of the site. And no matter where in the help center you roam, click help articles to hit the help center home, or click the Google product logo slightly above to go straight to the page of the product you love. Now if none of these tools really answers your questions, some help centers have a user help forum session. And lastly, to check out other contact means, check the contact link at the bottom of your screen.
I thought that was pretty creative. A lot of people found that to be very embarrassing for the guy, but at the same time, I thought it was fairly creative. So that was fun. That was fun to play. Anyway, the next thing I want to discuss was the SEO industry buzzing about the Demand Media IPO. Demand Media is basically a company that is solely based on pretty much optimizing their content either in SEO or in the AdWords or PPC exchange. They have sites like eHow, Trails.com, Livestrong, Golf Link, AnswerBag, Cracked, and so many more sites. And basically what they do is they write a lot of content or repurpose content and try to make that content rank well and monetize that content based on SEO, traffic, as well as other things. And they had some pretty interesting things in there in terms of their SEO strategies. One thing is that Google funds a big chunk of demand media. And they discuss the importance and risk of the SEO in terms of their IPO. They say that search sends them nearly 40% of the traffic. Google alone sends them 26% or more. Traffic is vulnerable to algorithm changes, of course, and mining search data. And how they do that is that they actually mine the search data to produce quality content that hopefully tends to rank well. They do a lot of domating and a lot of things like that. But this obviously unveils a lot of information about how an SEO strategy can result in an IPO, and obviously the different pros and cons and risks involved to doing something like that. So definitely take a look at that, August 9th at roundtable.com. Two more quick topics, and then we're done. SES San Francisco. It used to be called SES San Jose. So SES San Francisco is this coming Tuesday. Actually, I think it starts Monday, but not really. It starts really Tuesday. I'll be flying out there Monday night. We have 3 live bloggers who are helping me out. We're covering a ton of sessions, but live bloggers helping me out are Kerry from My Next Customer, Ben Pfeiffer, and Sharon Woodruff from Rank Smart. Ben Pfeiffer is somebody who's been helping me with the blog for a really, really long time now. And Kerry is also a seasoned live blogger. So if you can't make it out to SES San Francisco, we will be having tons of live blog coverage Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday about the show. Definitely tune in. Obviously, it's PST time, so it'll be later on in the day. Plus, we'll be doing our normal coverage of the search industry. Finally, yesterday was the 71st anniversary of The Wizard of Oz, at least the movie airing. And Google had a special logo up for that day. It is basically a picture of a scene from The Wizard of Oz, and you can take a look at that on my screen as well. And I'm not sure why 71 versus something else. I'm not sure why they did 71, the year 70 and 19. I don't know. Maybe I thought maybe it had to do with the second airing of the show on 1971, but probably not. It's probably just something they remembered, and it was the 71st anniversary of The Wizard of Oz, a really classic movie, and Google had a nice doodle for it. So that pretty much recaps the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. Thanks for listening live, everybody. We had close to 25 people or so watching live, which is, I think, a record. And for those who couldn't make it, thanks for watching on the podcast version, the archive version. Tune in next week for the Search Buzz video recap. Again, my name is Barry Schwartz. This is the news we covered over at the Search Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com. Today is Friday, August 13th. Everyone, have a great, great day. Bye.